Lesson 1: Exploring Architectural Wonders.
Yo Anna, I was wondering if you'd be up for checking out this new architectural exhibit that just opened downtown. Apparently, it's got some pretty fascinating fire station designs.
Oh, that sounds really interesting. I love learning about unique and innovative building designs. What kind of features does this fire station exhibit have?
Well, from what I read, they've got this full-scale model of a municipal fire station with a tower and everything. Apparently, it was built to showcase some cutting-edge firefighting technology.
A tower, huh? That's intriguing. I wonder what kind of purpose the tower serves in a modern fire station design.
I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. But I'm really curious to find out. Wanna join me and check it out this weekend?
Definitely. I'd love to see this for myself. Exploring architectural marvels is one of my favorite ways to spend a Saturday.
Awesome, it's a plan then. I'll send you the details once I've got them all figured out.
Sounds good. I can't wait to see what kind of innovative features they've incorporated into this fire station design.
Same here. I have a feeling it's going to be a really eye-opening experience.
I bet. It's always fascinating to see how architects are pushing the boundaries of traditional building design.
Totally. And with something as important as a fire station, I'm sure they've really had to get creative to optimize the functionality.
Exactly. Safety and efficiency are key, but that doesn't mean it can't also be visually striking and architecturally unique.
Absolutely. I have a feeling this exhibit is going to give us a whole new appreciation for the art of fire station design.
I agree. This is right up my alley. I can't wait to geek out over all the intricate details with you.
Haha, me too. It's gonna be a blast. I'll make sure to take lots of photos so we can really dissect everything.
Perfect. I'll bring my sketchbook so I can jot down any design ideas that inspire me.
Awesome, this is gonna be great. I'm really looking forward to it, Anna.
Lesson 2: Fitness Routine.
Hey Anna, I wanted to ask you about your exercise routine. I've been trying to be more consistent with mine.
Oh, that's great, John. I try to exercise at least 4 times a week for about an hour each time.
Wow, that's impressive. What kinds of activities do you usually do?
Well, I like to mix it up. A few days a week I'll do some strength training, and then the other days I'll focus on cardio.
That's a really well-rounded approach. I've been meaning to incorporate more strength training, but I tend to gravitate towards just running or cycling.
I totally understand. It can be easy to just stick to the same old routine. But adding in some strength training can really make a difference.
Yeah, I've heard that. What kind of strength training do you typically do?
I really enjoy doing bodyweight exercises like push-ups, squats, and lunges. They're simple but effective.
That makes sense. I should probably give some of those a try. Do you ever do any high intensity interval training as well?
Absolutely. HIIT workouts are great for getting your heart rate up and challenging your muscles. I try to do 1 or 2 HIIT sessions a week.
Nice, that's a good idea. I've been wanting to try out some HIIT, but I wasn't sure where to start. Any tips?
Well, I'd recommend starting with just a 10 to 15 minute HIIT workout a couple times a week. Something like burpees, squat jumps, and mountain climbers.
Okay, that sounds manageable. I'll have to give that a shot. Thanks for the advice, Anna. It's really helpful to get some tips from someone who's so consistent with their fitness routine.
Of course, I'm always happy to share what works for me. Let me know if you have any other questions as you get started with it.
Will do. Appreciate it. And maybe we can even do a HIIT workout together sometime, hold each other accountable.
Lesson 3: Restaurant Recommendations.
Morning, Anna. I wanted to get your recommendation on a good restaurant to try this weekend.
Absolutely, I have the perfect place in mind. Have you been to that new Italian place downtown?
No, I haven't. What can you tell me about it?
Well, the seafood pasta there is absolutely delicious. The portions are generous and the flavors are so fresh.
Seafood pasta sounds amazing. What else is good on the menu?
They have a great selection of antipasti, like bruschetta and prosciutto wrapped melon. And their tiramisu for dessert is to die for.
Wow, that all sounds right up my alley. I love a good Italian meal.
Me too. The atmosphere at this place is also really nice, with a cozy, authentic vibe.
Awesome, that's exactly what I'm going for. Would you recommend making a reservation ahead of time?
Definitely, especially if you want to go on a weekend night. It can get pretty busy, but the service is always top-notch.
Good to know. I'll be sure to call and book a table. Thanks so much for the recommendation, Anna. I'm really looking forward to trying it out.
Of course. I'm sure you'll love it. Let me know what you think after you go.
Will do. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Lesson 4: Exploring Volunteering Opportunities.
Hey Anna, I wanted to ask you about something. I'm thinking of volunteering abroad this summer to gain some practical experience. Do you have any advice?
Ooh, that's a great idea, John. I've done a bit of volunteering abroad myself, so I'd be happy to share what I've learned.
Wonderful, I'd really appreciate that. What are some of the key things I should consider when looking into volunteer programs?
Well, the first thing is to decide what kind of work you're most interested in: teaching, conservation, community development, that sort of thing. That will help you narrow down your options.
That makes sense. I was thinking something in the field of education could be really rewarding.
Education is a fantastic choice. Many programs need volunteers to teach English or assist in local schools. Have you researched any specific organizations yet?
Not yet, I'm still in the early stages of exploring. Do you have any recommendations for reputable volunteer abroad programs?
Absolutely. One that comes to mind is GVI. They have teaching projects in places like Fiji, Costa Rica, and South Africa. The reviews are excellent.
GVI, got it. I'll be sure to check them out. And in terms of logistics, what should I keep in mind?
Well, you'll want to factor in things like housing, meals, and transportation that the program provides. And make sure to get travel insurance as well.
Good point. I definitely want to make sure all the practical details are sorted out. This is going to be my first time volunteering abroad, so I want to make sure I'm fully prepared.
I'm sure you'll have an amazing experience, John. Volunteering abroad is so rewarding, both personally and professionally.
I'm really looking forward to it. Thanks so much for all the helpful advice, Anna. I appreciate you taking the time.
Of course. Let me know if you have any other questions as you're planning. I'm happy to share more of what I've learned.
Will do. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Lesson 5: Exploring the Canadian Rockies.
Yo, Anna. Have you ever been to the Canadian Rockies? I'm thinking of planning a trip there this summer.
The Canadian Rockies? That's on my bucket list. I've heard the scenery there is absolutely breathtaking.
Yeah, I've seen some photos and it looks like a nature lover's paradise. What kind of activities do you think would be fun to do there?
Ooh, so many options. Hiking and mountaineering are huge, of course. But there's also amazing wildlife viewing, like spotting grizzly bears and moose.
Wildlife viewing sounds incredible. I'd love to get up close to some of those majestic animals. What about the most famous landmarks in the Rockies? Any must-see spots?
Well, you can't go wrong with Banff National Park. The turquoise lakes and snow-capped peaks are iconic. And Jasper National Park is stunning too.
Banff and Jasper, got it. Those are definitely going on my itinerary. How about the logistics? Any tips for planning the perfect Rockies trip?
A few things to keep in mind. Make sure to book your accommodation well in advance, as it can fill up quickly in the summer. And be prepared for unpredictable mountain weather.
Good call. Flexibility will be key. And I'll need to pack the right gear too, I assume.
Absolutely. Warm layers, sturdy hiking boots, rain jackets, the essentials for exploring the Rockies.
Excellent, I'll make sure I've got all that covered. This trip is sounding better and better. I can't wait to immerse myself in the natural beauty.
You're going to have an amazing time, John. The Canadian Rockies are truly a little slice of heaven on earth.
I'm really looking forward to it. Thanks so much for all the helpful insights, Anna. I appreciate you sharing your expertise.
Lesson 6. Booking a trip together.
Alright, Anna, I think I've got our Rockies trip all figured out. Are you ready to book this thing?
Excellent, let's do it. What's the plan, Chief?
Okay, so I found us a great cabin in Banff for 3 nights. The total comes out to $500.
$500, huh? That sounds pretty reasonable for the Rockies in the peak season. I'm in.
Awesome, I'll go ahead and put it on my credit card then. Anything else we need to take care of?
Well, we should probably figure out the transportation. Are you planning to rent a car?
Good call. Yeah, I was thinking we'd rent a car so we can really explore the parks at our own pace.
Sounds perfect. How about we book that through the same travel site?
Definitely, let's keep it all together. I'm estimating another $300 for the rental.
Okay, so that's $800 total. I can Venmo you my half once it's all booked.
Sounds good to me. I'll take care of it and send you the details.
Awesome, this is going to be an incredible trip. I can't wait.
Me neither, this is going to be epic. Alright, I'm on it. I'll let you know as soon as everything is locked in.
Fantastic, thank you so much, John. This is going to be a summer to remember.
You got that right. Alright, let's do this.
Lesson 7. Discussing favorite travel destinations.
Alright, Anna, I've been meaning to ask, where's the most amazing place you've ever traveled?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I'd have to say Paris. There's just something so magical about the city.
Paris, huh? I can see the appeal. What do you love most about it?
Well, I could spend hours just wandering the charming streets and admiring the architecture. And of course, the Eiffel Tower is simply breathtaking.
I'd love to see it lit up at night. I bet that's an incredible sight.
Absolutely. It's truly mesmerizing. Have you been to Paris before?
Unfortunately, no. It's definitely on my bucket list though. I'd love to experience the culture and cuisine firsthand.
You'd absolutely love it. The food alone is worth the trip. Although, I have to say, the best part for me was just soaking up the romantic atmosphere.
Ah, yes, the romantic charm of Paris. I can imagine strolling hand in hand with a special someone along the Seine.
Exactly. It's the perfect city for that. Though I'm sure you'd enjoy it just as much solo or with friends.
Well, consider me officially convinced. Paris is moving to the top of my travel list. I may just have to book a trip there soon.
Do it. I promise you won't regret it. It's an experience you'll remember for a lifetime.
All right, you've sold me. Paris it is. Now I just need to start saving up.
Haha, yes. The sooner, the better. Let me know if you need any Paris travel tips along the way.
Will do, thanks Anna. This is getting me so excited for my future Parisian adventure.
Lesson 8, Discussing Civic Engagement and Responsibility.
Hey Anna, I was reading this article about the importance of civic engagement. It really got me thinking about our responsibilities as citizens.
Oh, that's an interesting topic. What were some of the key points the article made?
Well, it emphasized that we can't just leave it up to the government to solve all of our societal problems. We all need to step up and get involved.
Absolutely. I agree that we all have a duty to contribute and make a positive impact in our communities.
Exactly. The article talked about how volunteering, voting, and even just staying informed can make a real difference.
That's so true. Even the small actions we take can ripple out and create meaningful change.
Definitely. And I think one of the biggest responsibilities we have is to hold our elected officials accountable.
Definitely. We can't just sit back and expect them to do the right thing. We have to stay engaged and make our voices heard.
Absolutely. I think that's where a lot of people fall short, they get disillusioned and tune out.
I get that, but that's exactly when we need to stay engaged even more. If good citizens disengage, then the wrong people can get into power.
Exactly. We have to be vigilant and not let apathy win. There's just too much at stake.
Couldn't agree more. This is our world, and we all have to play a part in shaping it for the better.
Well said. I'm really glad we had this discussion. It's inspired me to get more involved in my community.
That's awesome, John. Every little bit counts, and together we can make a real difference.
Definitely. Alright, I'm off to look into some local volunteer opportunities. Thanks for the chat, Anna.
Lesson 9, Discussing Photographic Passions.
Morning, Anna. I heard you've been getting really into photography lately. What kind of subjects do you like to capture?
Hey John, yeah, I've been loving it. I mainly focus on landscapes and nature scenes. There's just something so calming and beautiful about capturing the world around us.
That's awesome. Landscapes are such a great subject. Do you have any favorite spots you like to shoot?
Definitely. I love going up to the mountains and shooting the scenic vistas. The play of light and shadow is just mesmerizing.
I can imagine. Mountains would make for some stunning shots. What about you? Do you have a particular photographic style or approach?
Well, I really enjoy the more artistic, moody style of photography. I love playing with depth of field and framing to create a certain mood or feeling.
Ah, I see. So it's not just about documenting the scene, but evoking an emotion or atmosphere through your lens.
Exactly. It's about translating what I see and feel into the final image. I find it really fulfilling to be able to do that.
That makes total sense. Photography can be such an expressive art form when you approach it that way.
Definitely. And the best part is, you're constantly learning and growing as a photographer. There's always more to discover.
Absolutely. It's one of those hobbies where you can keep improving and challenging yourself.
Definitely. I feel like I'm just scratching the surface of what's possible. There's always a new technique to master or perspective to explore.
Well, I'd love to see some of your work sometime. I bet you've captured some really stunning stuff.
Absolutely. I'd be happy to share some of my favorite shots with you. Maybe we can even go on a photo walk together sometime.
That sounds awesome. It'd be great to get out there and shoot some landscapes together.
Lesson 10: Potluck Party Planning.
Yo, Anna, I was thinking of hosting a potluck party this weekend. You in?
A potluck party? That sounds like a great idea. I'm always down for some good food and good company.
Awesome, I'm really excited about it. I was hoping you could help me with the planning though.
Of course. What kind of details do you need help with?
Well, first of all, I was thinking we could make it a themed potluck. What do you think about a summer barbecue theme?
Ooh, a summer barbecue potluck. I love it. That would be perfect for the warm weather.
Exactly, I figured it would be a fun and casual way to get everyone together.
Definitely. And with a potluck, everyone can bring their own spin on summer barbecue classics.
Exactly. I was hoping we could all just bring a dish to share, make it a real community event.
I love that idea. It'll be a great way for everyone to contribute and try new things.
Totally. And I was thinking we could have some fun outdoor games too, like cornhole or ladder golf.
Ooh, that would be perfect. Get everyone mingling and having a good time.
Exactly, I want it to be super laid back and relaxed. Just good food in good company.
Sounds absolutely perfect. I can't wait to start planning the menu and activities.
Awesome, I was hoping you'd say that. I'm still figuring out the logistics, but I'll keep you posted.
Sounds good. Let me know if there's anything specific I can help with. I'm happy to bring a dish or help out however I can.
Will do, thanks, Anna. This is going to be the best potluck party ever, I can feel it.
I have no doubt about it. It's going to be so much fun. I can't wait.
Same here, this is gonna be great. Alright, I'll be in touch with the details.
Sounds good, talk to you soon. I'm already brainstorming recipe ideas.
Awesome, can't wait to hear them. Catch you later, Anna.
Lesson 11, discussing the latest movie.
Hey Anna, have you seen that new movie everyone's been talking about?
The one about the undercover spy? Yeah, I caught it last weekend, it was so good.
I know, right? The plot was absolutely captivating, I was hooked from the very first scene.
Totally, the way they wove all those twists and turns was genius. I didn't see half of them coming.
Same here, it kept me on the edge of my seat the whole time. And the acting was top notch too.
Definitely, the lead actor completely embodied that role. I was blown away by his performance.
Absolutely, he sold every single moment. Made you feel like you were right there with him.
Definitely, I found myself getting so invested in his character. He made all the right choices.
For sure, and the supporting cast was incredible as well. They all played off each other so well.
Exactly, the chemistry between the whole ensemble was just electric. Really elevated the whole thing.
Couldn't agree more. I walked out of the theater feeling so entertained and satisfied.
Same here, it's one of those movies that just sticks with you long after you've seen it.
Definitely, I can't stop thinking about it. I'll probably end up seeing it again.
Oh, I'm sure I will too. It's the kind of movie you can watch over and over.
Totally, there's just so much depth and complexity to unpack. I love that.
Absolutely, it's the kind of film that really makes you think, you know?
Definitely, it's the perfect blend of entertainment and substance. Exactly my kind of movie.
Mine too, I'm so glad we both enjoyed it. Can't wait to see what the director does next.
Definitely, they've definitely earned my trust after this one. This was a home run.
Completely agree, it's going down as one of the best movies of the year for sure.
No doubt about it. Alright, I'm gonna have to watch it again soon. Talk to you later.
Lesson 12, Exploring Southeast Asia.
Yo Anna, you've been to Southeast Asia recently, right? What were some of the highlights?
Oh man, where do I even start? Southeast Asia is such an incredible region.
For real? What were some of the must-visit places you'd recommend?
Well, I'd say you've got to check out Bali in Indonesia, the beaches, the culture, the cuisine, it's all amazing.
Ooh nice, I've heard Bali is like a tropical paradise. What else stood out to you?
Thailand is another top pick, especially places like Chiang Mai and Phuket. The food is out of this world.
Ah, yes, Thai food is one of my favorites. Did you get a chance to try any really authentic dishes?
Definitely, I had the most incredible pad thai and tom yum soup. Seriously life-changing.
Dang, now you've got me craving Thai food. Any other spots you'd suggest checking out?
Absolutely, Vietnam is incredible too. Places like Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City have such vibrant energy.
Ooh, nice, I've heard the history and architecture in Vietnam is really fascinating.
For sure, and the street food is just unreal. I could eat my way through Vietnam for days.
Haha, I bet, that sounds right up my alley. Any other must see destinations in the region?
I'd also recommend checking out the temples in Siem Reap, Cambodia. Absolutely breathtaking.
Ooh, nice, I've heard Angkor Wat is like this incredible ancient wonder.
Totally, it's just awe-inspiring. You feel like you're stepping back in time.
Dang, now I'm getting serious FOMO. Sounds like I need to plan a big Southeast Asia trip ASAP.
Haha, yes, definitely do it. There's just so much to explore and experience in that part of the world.
Awesome, thanks so much for the awesome recommendations. Really appreciate it.
Of course, happy to share. Let me know if you need any other tips when you start planning your trip.
Will do, thanks again. Catch you later.
Lesson 13, Exploring the Solar System.
Morning, Anna. I was reading about the solar system the other day and got super fascinated. Did you know we're actually traveling around the sun at over 67,000 miles per hour?
Whoa, really? That's absolutely mind-blowing. I had no idea we were moving that fast as we orbit the sun.
I know, right? It's crazy to think about. And get this, the entire solar system is actually hurtling through space at an even faster rate.
No way, that's wild. So where exactly is our solar system headed?
Well, the best estimates say we're moving at around 490,000 miles per hour relative to the center of our Milky Way galaxy.
Whoa, that's insane. I can't even imagine traveling at speeds like that. It must be quite a ride.
Haha, yeah, it's pretty mind bending when you think about it. And get this, the sun is actually just a tiny speck compared to some of the other stars out there.
Seriously? I always thought the sun was massive, but I guess there's an even bigger scale in the universe.
Totally, the sun is considered a relatively small, average sized star. Some of the red giants and supergiants out there make our sun look like a little ember.
Wow, that's crazy to think about. It really puts the scale of the universe into perspective, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And you know, the crazy part is, even with all the incredible bodies in our solar system, it's just a tiny fraction of what's out there in the cosmos.
Yeah, it's almost incomprehensible how vast and complex the universe is. There's still so much we have yet to discover.
For real. I mean, we've only explored a minuscule portion of our own solar system, let alone the rest of the galaxy and beyond.
Definitely. It makes you wonder what other mind-blowing secrets the universe might be hiding. Kinda humbling, really.
Totally. Well, I don't know about you, but all this cosmic talk is making me hungry. Wanna grab some lunch and continue this fascinating discussion?
Lesson 14, a morning meetup.
Hey Anna, I was wondering if you'd be up for meeting up early tomorrow morning.
Oh? What did you have in mind, John?
Well, I was thinking we could meet at the bus stop near your house around 8:30 and walk to the park together. It's supposed to be a beautiful day.
8:30 at the bus stop? That works perfectly for me. I'd love to go for a walk in the park with you.
Wonderful. I'm really looking forward to it. We can enjoy the fresh morning air and maybe grab a coffee on the way.
Sounds like a plan. It'll be a nice change of pace from our usual routine.
Definitely. Sometimes it's good to mix things up and try something new, don't you think?
Totally agree. This will be a great way to start the day off right.
Absolutely. I'll make sure to set my alarm nice and early so I don't accidentally sleep in.
Haha, good call. I'll do the same. Can't have us both showing up late to our meetup.
Exactly. Well, I'm excited for our little adventure tomorrow morning. This is going to be fun.
Me too. I'll see you bright and early at the bus stop. It's a date.
Sounds perfect. I'll be there with bells on. See you then, Anna.
Lesson 15, sharing our daily agendas.
Morning, Anna. I was wondering, what's on your agenda for today?
Good morning, John. Well, I've got a few errands to run and then some work to catch up on.
Errands and work, huh? Sounds like a busy day. What kind of errands do you have to do?
Oh, the usual grocery shopping, dropping off a package at the post office, that sort of thing.
Ah, the classic to-do list. And what about the work part of your day?
I've got a report I need to finish up and some emails to respond to. Nothing too exciting, but it has to get done.
I hear that. My day is shaping up to be pretty similar, to be honest.
Really? What's on your schedule?
Well, I need to swing by the bank, pick up a few things from the hardware store, and then I've got a meeting this afternoon.
Sounds like we're both in for a productive day. I'm glad we're in this together.
Absolutely. At least we can commiserate over our shared errands and deadlines, right?
Haha, yes. It's always nice to know you're not the only one juggling a busy schedule.
For sure. Maybe we can plan to grab a quick lunch together, if our schedules align.
That would be wonderful. I'd love the chance to take a break and catch up.
Excellent. I'll keep an eye on the clock and see if I can sneak away for a bit.
Sounds good. I'll do the same. It's a date, then.
It's a date. I'll be in touch about the details. Talk to you soon, Anna.
Lesson 16, Lunch Break Plans.
Hey, Anna. I was thinking, would you be free to grab lunch around 12:30 today?
Hello, John. That sounds perfect. Where were you thinking of meeting up?
How about that little cafe down the street from the office? I find their sandwiches to be quite delicious.
Excellent choice. Let's plan to meet there at 9 a.m., then.
Sounds good to me. I'll make sure to mark it down in my calendar.
Great, I'll do the same. Can't wait to enjoy a relaxing lunch break together.
Me neither. It'll be a nice chance to step away from our desks for a bit.
Absolutely. A little midday respite is exactly what we both need.
Definitely. I'll see you then, Anna. This is going to be a nice break in the day.
I agree, John. It's a date. I'll be there, ready to indulge in some delicious food.
Perfect. I'll be looking forward to it. See you soon, Anna.
Lesson 17, Relaxing at the Cafe.
Wow, this cafe is so cozy and comfortable. I could sit here all day.
I know, isn't it great? The soft chairs and warm lighting really create such a relaxing atmosphere.
Absolutely. The coffee is delicious too. I'm really enjoying this little break from the hustle and bustle.
Me too. Sometimes it's so important to just take some time for yourself, you know? Unwind and recharge.
Definitely. I feel like I'm always rushing around, trying to get a million things done. It's nice to slow down for once.
Exactly. And this place is perfect for it, the soothing music, the comfortable seating, it all just puts you at ease.
It's almost meditative. I feel my stress and tension just melting away.
Same here. It's the perfect antidote to a hectic workday. I'm so glad we decided to come here.
Me too. This was such a great idea. Sometimes you just need to treat yourself to a little oasis of calm.
Absolutely. It's important to make time for self-care and relaxation, even if it's just for an hour or two.
Couldn't agree more. This is exactly what I needed. I feel refreshed and energized now.
That's wonderful to hear. We should definitely make this a regular thing, a little retreat from the craziness of everyday life.
Sounds like a plan. I'm already looking forward to our next cafe session.
Lesson 18, Moving Assistance.
Morning, Anna. I heard you recently moved to a new apartment. How did that go?
Good morning, John. The move went well, actually. I didn't hire any movers, my friends helped me out.
That's great. Having some extra hands makes all the difference, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It was so nice of them to lend a hand. I couldn't have done it without their help.
I bet. Moving can be such a hassle, but with good friends, it becomes much easier.
I agree. And it was a great bonding experience too. We got to catch up while getting the job done.
That's wonderful. Well, I'm glad to hear the move was a success. It's always nice when things go smoothly.
Yes, I'm really pleased with how it all turned out. It's such a relief to be settled in now.
I can imagine. So, what's next on the agenda for you? Unpacking and decorating, I assume?
Exactly. I'm looking forward to making the place feel like home. Lots of organizing and arranging ahead.
Sounds like a fun project. Let me know if you need any assistance with that. I'd be happy to lend a hand.
I appreciate the offer, John. I might just take you up on that if I get overwhelmed with it all.
Sounds good. Just say the word, and I'll be there to help out however I can.
Will do. Thank you, John. I'm glad we got a chance to catch up about the move.
Of course. It's always good to check in with friends during big life changes. I'm happy for you.
Lesson 19, Vocal Talents.
Hey Anna, I heard you have quite the singing voice. Is that true?
Hello, John. Yes, I do enjoy singing and have been told I have a good voice.
That's impressive. Do you sing professionally or just for fun?
It's mostly a hobby for me. I sing in a local choir, but I don't perform professionally.
Interesting. I always think it's a shame when people with great voices don't pursue it more seriously.
I know what you mean. But the truth is, a good voice doesn't always go hand in hand with an attractive appearance or stage presence.
Ah, that's a good point. I suppose singing talent and looks are two different things.
Exactly. Sometimes the best vocalists aren't the ones you'd expect to be the stars.
That's true. I guess it really comes down to the quality of the voice and the passion behind it.
Absolutely. And I'm much happier singing for the pure joy of it, rather than worrying about appearances.
I can respect that. It's admirable to focus on the art rather than the image.
Definitely. Though I do envy those who can sing like nightingales and also captivate audiences with their looks.
Ha, yes, the complete package would be the dream. But you should be proud of your vocal talents, regardless.
Thank you, John. I appreciate the encouragement. Maybe one day I'll surprise everyone and go pro.
I have no doubt you could if you wanted to. But for now, just keep enjoying it for yourself.
I will. And I'm happy to lend my voice to the choir, no spotlight required.
That's a great attitude. The music is what's most important in the end.
Lesson 20, Cultural Exchange.
Morning, Anna. I was hoping we could chat about our different cultural backgrounds.
Absolutely, John. I think we can learn so much from each other's cultures.
That's exactly what I was thinking. What's one aspect of your culture that you're particularly proud of?
That's a great question. I'd say the rich artistic traditions in my culture are something I really admire.
Interesting. Can you tell me a bit more about that? What kind of art forms are prevalent?
Well, we have a long history of intricate textiles, ceramics, and even elaborate wood carvings. The attention to detail is really remarkable.
Wow, that sounds beautiful. I'd love to see some examples sometime if you don't mind sharing.
Absolutely. I have some photos on my phone I can show you. The craftsmanship is truly awe-inspiring.
I can imagine. And what about your culinary traditions? I bet the flavors are incredible.
Oh, the food is definitely a point of pride. We have such a diverse array of dishes, each with their own unique spices and preparation methods.
I'd be really interested to learn more. Maybe we could cook a traditional meal together sometime?
I'd love that. Sharing our cultural foods would be a wonderful way to bond and appreciate our differences.
Agreed. This has been a fascinating conversation already. I'm grateful we get to learn from each other.
Likewise, John. Exploring each other's backgrounds is such an enriching experience.
Couldn't agree more. I feel like I'm already gaining a deeper understanding of your culture.
And I yours. This is just the beginning of what I'm sure will be many engaging discussions.
I look forward to it. Shall we plan that cooking date soon?
Lesson 21, Literary Aspirations.
Hey Anna, have you read any good books lately?
You know, I've been really into historical fiction novels lately. Have you come across any especially good ones?
As a matter of fact, I just finished a novel that I thought was really well written. It's called The Antique Hay Barn.
Ooh, that sounds intriguing. What's it about?
It's a story about an unsuccessful writer who inherits an old hay barn filled with antique furniture.
Interesting. What happens then? Does the writer find inspiration in the barn?
Exactly. At first, he's unsure what to do with the barn, but slowly he starts to uncover the history behind the antiques.
And I'm guessing that helps him with his own writing?
Bingo! As he learns more about the previous owners of the barn, he starts to craft a novel based on their lives.
That's a really creative premise. Does the writer end up becoming a successful novelist in the end?
You'll have to read it to find out. But I will say, it's a very satisfying and uplifting story.
I'm sold. I'll have to pick up a copy. Thanks for the recommendation, John.
My pleasure. Let me know what you think of it once you've had a chance to read it.
Absolutely. I'm always looking to discover new favorite authors.
Same here. There's nothing quite like getting lost in a really well-written novel.